Welcome back, Ultra MAGA Nation citizens, to what some call the shittiest podcast on Rumble.
The shittiest.
Today we're going to have an in-depth discussion about a local candidate here in Bay County. His name's Keith Gross. And the question about it is he truly MAGA? Or is he just power chasing?
Clout chaser.
Because the deeper you dive into him, the more questionable it gets. You start looking at things like in 2008, he ran as a Democrat, an openly gay Democrat, the first Georgia House of Representatives gay Democrat. Now, I don't care that he's gay. I truly could give a shit. But some of the things he stood up for was the LGBTQ, the trans ideology. And so now it's almost like he's hiding from his gay.
Oh, how is he openly gay and then not?
Like not openly gay at all.
Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Now, I'm not saying that you can't even change sides, but in 2008, the guy he was trying to run against, well, his main argument about why he shouldn't be in office was because he was a flip-flopper. He was somebody that flipped from being Democrat to then being Republican in 2007. So then the question preludes to, well, isn't that what you just did?
Yeah.
And not only that much, but like if you're so proud and openly gay, and once again, I don't give a shit who you lay next to at night. Now, I do have issues with the trans ideology. I do have issues with LGBTQ because at the end of the day, you can be lesbian, you can be gay, you can be bi, but the rest of it's fake. Like nobody's here to tell you who you have to love at the end of the day. But why would you distance yourself from that? Why would you not be standing right now, which would probably be a talking point on how you're openly gay MAGA?
Yeah. You'd think it would be. But he's not.
Is it because you're trying to hide what you used to be?
Get more votes, perhaps.
In this area? Because the other funny part that nobody's talking about, is he also ran for Matt Gaetz' seat after he lost to Rick Scott in 2024. He went for it until Trump put his name up on Jimmy Patronis.
Oh, Jimmy.
And so I just have...
Jimmy boy.
I have a few fucking questions on whether you're clout chasing, like you said, or whether you are actually actually trying to be a Republican. If you actually have these beliefs. Because if you actually have these beliefs, well, it's okay that you switch sides, even though you actively persecuted a man for being a Democrat and then being a Republican. It's okay that you're not openly telling everybody that you're a homosexual. Once again, there's no issue with that. That's not the point of the podcast. The point of the podcast is, are you being real with not only the American people, but the people in the Big Bend of Florida?
Yeah.
The people in the outlying areas. Because if you're not, if you're just power chasing, then shut the fuck up and go home. Because that's not what MAGA needs. MAGA doesn't need people out here just pretending. And why hasn't Trump endorsed you if you're so MAGA?
Right.
That's my other question. Like, I've got, and I'm going to pull it up and show it in a little while, but there's some really questionable, not questionable like compromising, but questionable. Well, hell, let me pull it up now. I've got a fucking photo.
Mm.
Senator Rick Scott wants me to have donut day on Friday. Where is it? I sent it to myself. It just didn't come through. Let's try sent. Like, for instance, why are you why are you posing with a cardboard cutout of Trump?
Yeah, that's goofy, man. Like with multiple pictures, right?
Yeah, there's actual multiple pictures, but we're just gonna bring up the one because it doesn't, it's not resonating.
Yeah, it seems kind of
And
goofy.
self-made millionaire, or some people are even saying is a billionaire, but whatever.
Didn't he say he's a billionaire?
Well, see,
Supposedly.
this is for artistic creation parts and blah blah blah. We can't be sued. He's a lawyer. But first off, if you were raised in Florida, why would you run up to Georgia in 2007 to try to join the Georgia House of whatever the fuck it's called in Georgia? Because this wasn't a national race he was trying to get in. He was trying to just be part of the government of Georgia. And he actually got kicked out of the ballot in 2008 because he couldn't prove he lived in Georgia. And one of the things they used against him was the fact that he still owned and ran a restaurant in Maryland, which also failed, and he got sued over and some other things. Had to pay $6,000 to one particular entity, group, or individual. I don't remember exactly. But the question is, like, here in the Panhandle, like, he was starting to gather a following. And now that I'm digging into him, I don't know that he deserves said following. At one point I really was like, oh, this guy kind of sounds like Trump. He's a guy that started from nowhere, that built a couple businesses, sold them for a substantial amount of money, is funding his own campaign, which there's questions on that as well now that I've dug into that. Not on him doing it, just in general on people being able to do it. But I guess the thing that bothers me the most is now he's hiding who he actually is. And is this going to be a preview to what he continues to do when he shows up in Congress? Is he gonna be there when we need him? Because all of his campaign ads are pro MAGA, I'm a veteran, I'm this, I'm that. And I'm not taking away from anyone's service to the United States of America, but he spent 2 years in the National Guard. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Or the reserves or something? Was it the National Guard?
National Guard.
And I'm not taking away from people that are in the National Guard at all. You've done more than I ever have. But you're platforming it almost like that's a majority of what your life's work was. And you only did that for 2 years. And then we have the openly gay thing that he's not talking about at all. And then you have his pro stance towards transgenderism and LGBTQ. And then you're kind of like, well, what's that about? Then he's talking about bragging about being able to run businesses and this and that. And some people will say he was young when that business failed. And he was, granted. But while doing that, he lied in Georgia. And what I mean by lied is to be able to run for the position he was in and trying to get in Georgia, you have to live in Georgia for 2 years. You have to be a resident for 2 years. He ran in 2008, but he couldn't even produce a single bill, like a phone bill, a power bill. Excuse me. Put that in the bloopers. Any bill whatsoever to prove that he was in Georgia pre-November 2007. So that's not even a year.
Yeah.
It's probably right at a year. I would imagine that their elections are in November, like everybody else's. That's a guess. But like we said, why wouldn't you lean into some of the things? Like, for instance, if I was running for some sort of seat and I used to be a Democrat, like I used to be an independent. I didn't become Republican until MAGA came along, because Make America Great Again of and in itself sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, that sounds like what we should be trying to do. But I would be like, hey, yeah, I would lean all the way in. Yeah, I'm openly gay. I used to be a Democrat, but the reason I changed is because of XYZ. And now I truly believe in the Republican cause. And this is what I think. This is why I stand this way. And it could be as simple as, well, the Democrats have gone so far left that Bill Maher looks like a centrist Republican now. Like it would make sense then.
Yeah.
Not just completely hiding it forever. Like, none of that ever happened. We're just going to pretend that it didn't.
Yeah. Like, do you not think people are gonna find that?
Like,
Especially in today's age with the internet.
we have access to unlimited information at any point at our fingertips. Fuck Grok, Google, Chat GPT, a litany of different AI chatbots can find anything out in a matter of seconds, much quicker than any gumshoe journalist could do in fucking months 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff that you can't find out because that it didn't exist. Like the category, like storing the data from old websites, videos, things like that, didn't exist. So when you sit here and you read things like, all three campaigns heavily leaned on his experience as a small business owner, restaurants, to argue that he understands budgeting, economic challenges, practical problem solving better than career politicians. Buddy, it sounds like you've been trying to be a career politician since
Yeah.
2008.
Yeah. It's
Like, you went from Georgia, District 2. Let me jump to District 1, throw my hat in. Let me jump back into District 2 in Florida in 2026. So while you might not be a quote unquote career politician, it damn sure sounds like you tried.
yeah.
You were going after that
And are trying.
and are trying. You know, it's been 18 years that you've been trying to be a politician. And why? Why are you trying to do? You have money. I mean, even if at the lowest estimate that I've been able to find, you're only worth $15 million. That's like saying you're only worth $15 million. Like, you have that. You have money. So it's got to be some version of power. And you're not well known enough to just jump to the presidency. I mean, hell, look at Marco Rubio, how long he's been in politics before anybody started talking about he might have a legitimate chance at being the president. I remember at one point, Marco Rubio, like, retiring, I think, and trying to say he was done with politics. He talks about making government more efficient, and that is something that is spectacular to say.
Right.
But, like, how? How are you going to do that? And this necessarily isn't a hit piece on Keith Gross. It's just a bunch of fucking questions. Like, why? Why aren't you telling everybody what you actually are? Why aren't you explaining to the people, this is why I was a Democrat, this is why I am not now? Instead of being, and let me find it. Hold on, I'll give we've got plenty of show notes today, so give me just a second. Instead of leaning in and saying, yes, I'm an openly gay candidate who has expressed support for gay and transgender issues, he is saying things now like, Hold on, guys. Bear with me. Let me find it. Is frequently criticized as a flipper. Because you are a flipper, Keith. Like, you really are kind of a flipper.
Oh, for sure.
At least on paper. That's what it fucking sounds like, bro. Like, I'm not even trying to shit on this guy, but now, god damn it, I need to get better at fucking this organization shit. That's his business is. Where's the one that was explaining what his fucking campaign was about? That's that. It's near the back. I appreciate y'all sticking with us right now. Like, I'm a very unorganized mess, like usual. Positions himself as a MAGA American. But the whole point is, where the fuck is this goddamn piece of paper at that has all my shit on it? That's his campaign funds, which are a whole nother conversation. Current stance positions himself as a Trump-loyal conservative, emphasizing border security, reduced government spending, American first trade tariffs, veteran issues, and opposition to woke policies. My boy, you lived in woke policies.
Yeah, literally.
You believed in the LGBT. You believed in transgenderism. You thought that was explicitly acceptable. In 2010, general support for gay and transgender issues. Hold on, wait a minute. Opposition to woke policies.
But wait a minute.
Keith Gross and his opponent Sandy Murray, this is 2010, have expressed support for gay and transgender issues. Isn't transgender woke policy?
Yeah.
I thought so. Maybe.
Sounds like he's flip-flopping.
Sounds like he's flipped, like on every avenue that this gentleman can flip and flop. He has. I haven't even found the most damning part about how he believes in Christian values and marriages between a man and a woman, and voter guides present him as a conservative Christian, U.S. Army veteran, businessman, and American First Republican. He supports traditional definitions of marriage, one man, one woman, and opposes gender ideology. What? Wait a minute. In 2010, both Keith Gross and his Democratic opponent, Sandy Murray, have expressed support for transgender issues. 2026 and 2024 opposes gender ideology, grooming, and body mutilation. Well, now I'm fucking confused. Did you flop again, sir?
Yeah.
And in 2024 and 2026, there is no mentions of being gay, no LGBTQ advocacy, or same-sex partner appear in his current biographical materials, QAs, or campaign literature. Profiles focus on his panhandle roots, single mother upbringing, military service, business success, and conservative values. Excuse me, sir, everything you said in 2010 was not conservative values. And so some of the things he says is, well, I was young. Well, unfortunately, sir, you were young and ran for office.
Yeah.
That doesn't disappear. It does. You don't just get to pretend like it doesn't exist. In 2008, he was described as an openly gay candidate aiming to be the first openly gay man in the Georgia House. Once again, no harm, no foul. There's no issue with you being gay. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about him being gay any more than anybody cares that Trump's not. Like how can you say things like that? How can you pretend's a strong word, but how can you pretend that you believe in pretty much Judeo-Christian values, but no more than 16 years ago, you were accepting of trans, accepting of the alphabet police, the, what do you call it, HGTV or some shit like that?
Yeah, LG HDTV.
Yes. Like, that. So let's compare and contrast 2018, 2010, and 2026. And I wish I would have got 2024, but I didn't. Democrat candidate for Georgia, candidacy ended in disqualification over residency issues. That's what I'm talking about, where he tried to lie to the people of Georgia. He tried to lie to them and say, I've lived here since before 2007 in November. But he couldn't provide any piece of proof, not a piece of mail with his name on it, mailed to Georgia, not a bill, not anything. He couldn't provide any proof. So they disqualified him from going against, I believe his name was Mike something. I could be wrong on that. And once again, his whole argument on why Mike should not be not the incumbent, but reelected, was because Mike's a flip flopper.
Right. And does the same thing.
And does the same thing on like multiple levels. It's not just that you flip from Democrat to Republican. You flipped from I'm pro LGBTQ, pro trans, to I believe there shouldn't be mutilation. I believe that marriage is one man and one woman. I believe you weren't saying that in 2010. All three campaigns have leaned on his experience as a small business owner, e.g., restaurants, cafes, to argue he understands budgeting, economic challenges, and practical problem solving better than career politicians. That's funny. Consistent emphasis on state, federal budget issues, fighting waste, and making government efficient. In 2008 and 2010, now he was still talking about that. He wanted to fix the budget in Georgia, which is respectable. Like, at least he didn't flip on that. He didn't wake up and go, you know what, we should join Lindsey Graham and just start throwing bombs at everything and be a war hawk. Like, right? Like, we got that. Positioned himself as a fresh voice against insider lobbyists and ineffective incumbent opponents. In early runs, he attacked the flip-flopping Republican incumbent. 2026, he rails against DC insiders, the uniparty. How much more uniparty can you be than being both Republican and Democrat? Feels pretty uniparty. Drew on personal background, single mother upbringing, community involvement, and promised to focus on real issues facing everyday people rather than special interests. Well, in 2008 and 2010, you were big on special interests. Special interests being the LGBTQ community and transgender community. Like, that feels like special interests, especially if you find yourself believing that you might align with them. He was also in 2008, 2010 running as a Democrat in a suburb Atlanta district, which makes sense why you would be kind of lunatic left.
Yeah.
It's Atlanta. It's Fulton County. I know Fulton County's part of it. We all know Fulton County now. I doubt it was much different. In 2026, runs as a hardline Republican, MAGA first, MAGA American first conservative, explicitly Trump aligned and anti woke. Sounds like some bullshit. Openly gay candidate who supported, who expressed support for gay and transgender issues, positioned as a potential historic first openly gay Georgia legislator, received coverage in the LGBT media. 2026, no public identification as gay. Platform emphasizes opposition to gender ideology and indoctrination. Protecting children, traditional values, and parental rights aligns with conservative Christian framing. So now he's even bringing God into it.
Oh yeah, he's just trying to get those votes from the deep South. Knows exactly what to say.
In 2028, he was disqualified early due to residency challenge. Judge literally criticized his testimony. So you have a judge in Georgia telling him he's full of shit. 2010, made it to the primary, lost decisively, got 31%. 2026, self-funded with millions in personal loans, significant cash on hand, active town halls, and competitive positioning in a crowded primary. And once again, Grok, if Neal Dunn's retiring, I'm pretty sure, just like Matt Gaetz retired in District 1, he's now throwing his hat, and he threw his hat in the ring. He might have withdrew fairly quickly because Trump endorsed Jimmy Patronis, another Panama boy. Man, sorry, Jimmy.
Yeah, he's retiring at the end of his current term.
So Neal Dunn goes to retire, and all of a sudden, Keith Gross decides, now's my opportunity. I can just make myself look great again. Make Keith great again. In 2028 or 2008, 2020 or 2010, he was going for urban, suburban Atlanta area, DeKalb, Fulton counties, more diverse, moderate to Democrat leaning at the time. So he was a Democrat.
Yeah.
Now in 2024 and 2026, he's conservative Florida Panhandle, rural and coast, deep red Trump strong district. It literally sounds like he's pandering to whatever fucking group he's going to stand in front of to tell him to fucking put him in power. Like, this is what it sounds like to me. So when I was in DeKalb and Fulton, well, you know, because they're moderate to Democrat, which more Democrat.
Yeah.
But all our research was being nice. Well, you know, I believe in this, I believe in that. Conservative Panhandle, well, I'm a Christian, conservative, veteran. The best part, in 2028 and 2010, he hardly talked about being a veteran. Oh, well, hold on. That might be my fault. Look up when he was a veteran. He might not have been in the National Guard until 2015.
It was,
So, yeah. Okay. So that's why. That's my fault. Sorry for the false information. I'm going to call myself out when it happens. He didn't become a veteran until 2015. So he couldn't have talked about it in 2008 or 2010.
yeah, true.
Yeah. He couldn't have talked about that. That's my fault. Sorry for not keeping my timelines clean. Once again, rhetoric and opponent attacks, early runs, focused on, I was right, Mike Jacobs as a party switch opportunist. That is what he ran on in 2008. That Mike Jacobs had been elected as a Democrat in 2004, switched to Republican in 2007. Gross made explicit Jacobs' party switch primary issues of his campaign. That was the primary issue of his campaign. He had a website, and in press releases, he talked about how Jacobs abandoned the Democrat platform to save himself in a changing district, but then changes districts and changes party affiliation himself. Don't call me a smart man, because I'm not. But it sounds like a whole bunch of the same shit. Well, shit, being a Democrat in fucking Bay County doesn't work. How will I get elected?
Yeah.
Well, let me tell him I'm a veteran. And then, and I'm not saying he did this, but now just realizing what I realized when I gave you false information, maybe join the National Guard for 2 years to be able to
Yeah, it seems like he kind of
check mark that on his
he
fucking
did like the
political
least
agenda.
amount he could do.
2 years in the National Guard. Once again, I'm not taking away from anybody in the National Guard. Hell, not even him. He did it. He spent 2 years in the National Guard. But
See what his job was.
I couldn't find anything. That doesn't mean you won't be able to, but I couldn't find anything. So, in a comparison and contrast to what he was, what he did, and what he's doing, it sounds like a whole bunch of bullshit. And now that I had the revelation that I just had right now on air with the fine people of this podcast, well, maybe he did that. Maybe he joined the National Guard because he did it in 2015. That was after Trump became president the first time.
Yeah.
And his new Facebook account, it was created in 2022. You can't find anything about him on social media that I can find pre-2022. So maybe, just maybe, that was to get another check mark in the hat. Hey guys, all I have to know is I got to, what's the National Guard? And I'm not taking away from it, but like a weekend a month, 2 weeks a year?
I don't know. No, I don't know.
Okay.
No.
Thank you. I fuck that up every time.
Yeah.
What is the yearly requirements for the National GARD? Let's just see what the yearly requirements are. 1 weekend a month.
Oh, wow.
And a 2-week annual training
Same thing.
period. So he had to do 39 days of service per year. And he did it for 2 years. Figure out what I spelled. Well, that's interesting. Because he went from 15 to 17. 15,
Yeah.
so 16 to 17. That's only 2 years.
I've looked that up multiple times why he left.
Sorry, guys, I'm checking something. It is just ignoring the shit out of this question, Greg.
Yeah.
The funny part is, when I did it on this, it brought up FEMA.gov. Like, no answers at all. So how did
It's
Keith
like
Gross only get 2 years in the National Guard when the minimum Hold on, let me read it. The National Guard requires a minimum drill commitment of 1 weekend a month and 2 weeks a year of annual training. The shortest initial drilling contract you can sign is for 3 years. How? And if you search, how did Keith Gross only have 2 years in the National Guard, but the minimum contract is 3? It says, while the typical minimal service obligation.
Scroll down. Ah.
Ways a guard member serves 2 years. Failure to complete initial training pipelines. A highly common reason for a 2-year service duration is discharge due to failure to complete the initial entry training cycle. If the enlistee undergoes basic combat training but fails to pass or is medically disqualified during AIT, Advanced Individual Training, they may receive an administrative or medical discharge. This process of administrative processing, can easily stretch the total time on the books to roughly 2 years. The Try One Enlistment Program. The National Guard offers a specific Try One contract option. This program allows a boy who's not a prior service member early medical separations. Military contracts are legally binding, but they can be cut short at any time if a soldier develops a disqualifying medical condition or sustains a severe injury during drill or training. A medical evaluation board will process the soldier for an honorable medical discharge, terminating the contract early regardless of the remaining time on the obligation. Conditional releases. Inter services. National Guard soldiers can request a conditional release to transfer to active duty branch, which is not what he did. Administrative discharge. A soldier can separate early for a variety of non-punitive administrative reasons. These include hardship discharges.
To the last part of that.
If a sudden family or financial crisis prevents service, or shifts in employment that conflict with military service. So I'm not saying yet. And the funny part is, one of the things when I was looking this up said you would have to FOIA this from the United States government. So that's kind of questionable at best. One of the things Devil Savage said is coming for you. That's funny. Questionable at best. At best case, absolute best case. Hold on, it's reloading. At best case, he got injured. And I don't mean that I hope he got injured, but at best case, he got injured and had an honorable medical discharge. And this is going to sound bad when I say I hope that he got medically discharged, but I hope that's the case, because the other ways you get out are not honorable discharges.
Yeah.
Failure to meet medical or fitness standards. Hardship or dependency discharge. Like, I wish we would have. I wish I would have looked into that a little harder earlier, because to know that you're supposed to serve 3 years, 3 years is a minimum contract, and Keith Gross only served 2 years. So how did he get away with that? Like, what was? That's what you were talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
What was his answer or explanation for why he only had to serve 2 years. That's going on. How is that an acceptable? How can you not show your paperwork? What is it, a DD something, something, something?
Yeah,
Like he should
yeah.
have something that shows why.
You made sure you can't see that.
No, it's fuck. If you start using AI and searching, it doesn't. It clams up tighter than a clam, trying to prevent sand from getting inside of it.
Damn clams.
Explicit Trump loyalty and American First branding. Unapologetic Trump supporter who has backed Trump since 2015 when he joined the military. I wonder if that's when he decided to be a Republican.
Sounds about right.
Phrases like American First Patriot and MAGA Republican and vows to be. So where's your Facebook before 2022? Keith? I mean, why aren't you being as transparent as Donald Trump's administration is? Seriously.
I wonder when his Twitter started.
I don't know if you can find that out, but if you can, that would be spectacular.
I'll tell you right at the top.
Economy and trade tariffs to fix.
Joined November 2022.
Same fucking time that he did his goddamn Facebook. Why don't you have an online presence? As a young gay American, I'm sure you had one. Where's it at? Now, once again, I don't care that he's gay. I'm using that as a punchy punchline in the conversation points. But, like, why is all your social media wiped post pre-2022?
That's odd.
Was it November?
Yeah.
That's when his Facebook started, too.
It started at the same time.
Why is it you became a MAGA Republican in 2015, the same year you decided to join the National Guard? Why is it you only had 2 years National Guard service when the minimum contract is 3 years? Why is it when I search that, it's hard to find? And who is funding the fact that Google and all of these different AI bots are kind of hiding this for you?
Yeah.
Why is it the only real answer I got that I believe is a real answer is you'd have to FOIA that? What are you hiding, Keith? And I don't necessarily think it's some sort of insurmountable mountain, but I do feel like it's like, that'd probably look bad. So let's just
wipe it.
Wipe it like my name was. I better not say that. Wipe it like they wiped Thomas Matthew Crooks online profile. They found a couple comments on YouTube, but that's it.
That's all there is, yeah. Scrubbed it.
Scrubbed the shit out of it. Leaves in smaller government, like that. Cut spending, debt elimination, like that. Reduce the administrative state, like that. Balance the budget, like that. Return the power to states and people, like that. It sounds like a clear-cut, cut and dry, I read the Republican playbook, and I'm just going to say that this is what I am. Cultural social issues, freedom from indoctrination, anti-woke, gender ideology in school, freedom of speech, strong Second Amendment support, opposition to Sharia law enforced, vowed to join Sharia Free American Caucus, design the CARA as a terrorist organization, or if warranted. Are you just telling me what I want to hear, Keith?
What it looks like.
You can't retire from a contract that's a minimum of 3 years, Miss Rage, after 2 years. You can retire after your 3rd year. You absolutely can. But there has to be a reason when your contract is 3
Yeah,
years
if
that
you have
you
a
left in
contract, you
2.
got a
You have
contract.
a contract, and the only people that can terminate that contract are your boss, which is the United States of America. Foreign policy, American first approach, energy independence, avoid endless foreign spending, e.g. Ukraine, hands off of Cuba, unless direct threat. That's the only questionable thing I've heard so far. That's, Trump's like, we're going to get Cuba. Supports Trump's actions in Iran. Like, you're literally... Veteran, Army National Guard, businessman who signed the front of paychecks, outsider fighting for freedom. His slogan, Florida means freedom in multiple areas. And there's a podcast called Legalese. I don't know if that's his podcast. Is that his podcast? Can you look that up? And materials frame him as an American first constitutional conservative. But fucking 16 years ago, 16 years ago, you weren't. And this reads like a manuscript. Gross heavily leans into these themes.
Yeah, it says.
Okay. When did that start? Was it November 2022? Because that would just be a hell of a coincidence. Gross heavily leans into these themes to appeal to the deep red panhandles districts. Trump bases. He's not received...
2025.
Oh, so that's even later.
Yeah.
He's not received a direct Trump endorsement, but he competes on loyalty in a crowded primary where candidates outdo each other on Trump support. That's what this sounds like. That's exactly what this sounds like. Critics, including GOP primary opponents, argue his MAGA shift is recent and opportunistic.
Yeah, that's suspect. Sus.
Everything is sus. Everything is sus. And we didn't even get into... We're going to skip the pink stuff. I already told you about how he tried to get... he briefly filed to run for Florida's first congressional district after Matt Gaetz resigned, but dropped out once President Trump endorsed Jimmy Patronis, who won the special election. Because MAGA's dead. You see all these people dancing for fucking MAGA support, even though MAGA's dead. We're fractured. We're whatever. We're broken. We're there's no chance we can win, which leads to get everybody you know to go vote in the fucking midterms. Because if you don't, you know what's going to happen. You know Trump is going to get impeached if the Democrats win the midterms. You better get people to vote like the free America depends on it.
Yes.
Could you imagine if Kamala Harris has been president for the last year and a half? Could you just fathom it? China would only be getting stronger. The Russia-Ukraine war would have only gotten funded more, which means more of our tax dollars would be lining Democrat politicians' pockets. I mean, funding the Ukraine war.
Yeah.
Gross criticized Jacobs for allegedly switching parties opportunistically as he ran a local business and was part of a broader set of openly gay candidates in Georgia. By the way, in 2008, there was 5 openly gay candidates running for the same seat in Georgia, and then one that was called gay friendly. Where's that article? I sent it to your phone. Open that article for a second. I texted it to you. And it's funny, Facebook posts or statements from 2028 or 2010 are non-existent because they don't exist. He's also a lawyer. In 2017, which is really weird that his last year in the National Guard was 2017, but wait, he became a lawyer in 2017.
Where are you going from this?
Okay, just read some of the gotcha points, or let me see it, one of the two. The ones where the fun stuff. He ran the Sprouts Green Cafe and Chris Steakhouse. Tell me when you found something that you want to talk about. Unless it's too stupid, and then just ignore me. Gross was involved in management and ownership. The restaurant closed, leading to multiple lawsuits for unpaid bills to suppliers like Cisco, meat supplier, AM Briggs, and a lawyer. Courts ordered him to pay over $6,000 in judgment fees and judgments plus fees. So $6,000 plus fees. Critics cite this is a notable failure. Gross himself has said he started a couple of restaurants and they did okay, but he didn't make any real money, small amounts of money. Opponents highlight this as one clear closure with legal issues. Then he opened a truck washing service, and that was big. He opened it in Atlanta, and in 10 years, it was the second largest company of its kind in the U.S., with locations from Miami to Seattle, sold to a private equity firm around 2018 or 2019 for a life-changing sum. This was his first financial win.
Seems like a lot of it was about some fifth grader that killed himself because of bullying.
Gotcha. So that's his anti-bullying thing.
Yeah.
Insulation franchise company, Cola Insulation, founded and expanded in following years. Grew rapidly from 0 to 400 locations nationwide, because we're going to talk about the good he did. And then once again, sold it to a private equity firm around 2023 as the largest in the country. Gross and his partners, including his husband, Scott Marr. Look up if Keith Gross is still married to Scott Marr. Because if he is, then I guess he's still openly gay. He's just not talking about it. But everything I looked up can't find shit. See, look. Including his husband, Scott Marr, retained interests in the platform. Like, why isn't Scott on the campaign trail with him? Like, honestly. Once again, I would lean... If I was a man that flipped from being a Democrat to being a Republican that was openly gay, I would lean into all of this. Because not only would I get MAGA support, but maybe I could pull some...
Yes.
There you go. Then why was everything we were searching today saying it didn't know?
I don't know. So he's married to a dude.
Well, I mean, okay. Hold on. How can you be married to a man and say... Hold on, guys. But wait, there's more. Now I'm throwing that to the side. What was it? Did he believe he married
the nuclear family and all that?
A man and a woman or some shit like that? When did he marry him? I've been throwing my papers because we're almost done here. We're going to get into his funding in just a moment, and that'll be the end of the podcast. But, no.
It doesn't say.
Okay. Maybe it was weird. 2015. I mean, 2022.
Yeah, I know. That's weird, though. Why would it not? Since at least 2020.
There you go. Hold on, guys. Just bear with me. I appreciate it.
But gay marriage was legal in 2015.
Brother.
And
Brother. It's either back to 15 or 22.
neither Gross nor Marr appears to have shared the wedding date in interviews, social posts, or official profiles. Huh. Huh. That's odd. Not really. He's trying to hide it.
Yeah, and once again, I don't give a shit that he's gay, but why
Yeah,
is he trying to
whatever.
hide it?
Yeah, that's
Like
it's
that.
obvious.
That's
Like he's trying to get a
that's
conservative vote when he's not conservative. I
and
guess you can be gay and
you can be
conservative.
gay and be conservative.
Yeah.
That's my point. Like, why are you trying to hide the fact?
Yeah,
Like
it's 2026. You think he'd lean into that?
that exactly. Hell, if you were really pro MAGA, you'd lean into that and try to sway some of the liberal gay voters to join our side. Like that's what I see. But hold on, where's it at? It was something like he believes marriage is between a man and a woman or something like that. And granted, maybe that was a reference to something that was wrong or misrepresented. Because once again, I'm not saying that every bit of information I've put together is correct. But
But why would you not have? Yeah,
like you could pull more people to MAGA. Like if you really believe in MAGA. Or maybe you don't. Maybe you don't believe in MAGA. Maybe that's the point. Maybe you just are using this to become a rhino, to get into some sort of political space to where you can go, hey, I'm not going to vote at all with MAGA. I am actually doing this. He supports traditional definitions of marriage, one man and one woman. I knew I read that.
yeah. I thought you did too. You said that. Yeah.
Current public persona, 2024 to 2026.
Kind of full of shit.
Like, what is it, sir? Are you married to... Where the fuck did that come? Where is that at?
Scott Marr.
Are you married to Scott Marr? Or do you believe that traditional definitions of marriage, one man and one woman, are what's actually out there? And personally, I don't give a fuck about what your definition of marriage is. Honestly,
Yeah, whatever.
if you want to get married to a dude or a chick and you're a dude or a chick, more power to you. Love who you love. I don't really give a shit what you do on your private time.
Right.
But why are you hiding that? Or why are you hiding that and have your public persona making statements of supporting traditional definitions of marriage, one man and one woman, and opposing gender ideology, grooming, and body mutilation in context involving children, which if anybody doesn't oppose body mutilation in the context of children, feet first into a fucking wood chipper. That's wild. You heard it here first. He's married to Scott Marr.
Marr, M-A-R-R. So I don't really know how you pronounce it.
And while being married to a man, believes or supports traditional definitions of marriage, one man, one woman. So that's your flip-flopping candidate, Keith Gross. in a nutshell. And then, but wait, there's more. Where is... Did I throw that to the side already too? All right. Keith Gross's 2026 campaign is overwhelmingly self-funded from his own pocket. That means he doesn't even have the support of the people.
Yeah.
Of the $5,600,080 $863 or $863, his personal loans are $5,600,100 or $1,771. So all but $80,000 is his money. And as we've learned in recent years, politics works on dollars. So while this married to a man, believes marriage, traditional values of man and woman, Democrat that's now a Republican, that bitches at Democrats for being flip-floppers, that changed to Republican to follow where his district's going while switching districts to a Republican district and only being in the Army National Guard for 2 years when the minimum contract is 3, and we don't know why that is because it's not been publicly released, tells us he's MAGA. It really doesn't fucking sound like it.
Yeah. So he's just saying that.
Sounds like he's trying to get power. That's what it sounds like. Oh, I was wrong. $72,000 has come from individuals. Total individual contributions is $79,092, which is a tiny fraction itemized portion of his campaign donations. He's donated most of his money on candidate loans. Now, what that means is if money comes back in, he gets to claim it. It goes back to him to cover that. That's why it's a loan. It's not a personal contribution. It's a contribution loan, which I've learned a little bit about today. But basically, what you want to do is go, hey, I'm giving myself a $5 million loan. So if donations come in, I can repay myself. Which means if he somehow gets $5,600,000 in donations, he just gets all his money back.
Yeah.
Nearly all money powering his campaigns comes from personal loans he made to the committee. This includes loans carried over or redesignated from his previous 2024 U.S. Senate run. Gross has publicly stated he plans to put in at least $5 million of his own money, and filings confirm he's done so. Business involvement, there's no major evidence of direct corporate contributions from his business in the primary seats. However, past complaints, e.g. from his Senate run, allege improper use of business-owned office space as in-kind contributions. What that means is he was basically running the thing out of his business, but his business wasn't charging for the space. But the current 2026 filings show the funding as personal candidate loans, not business derived, in a way that violates contribution limits, because I believe businesses can only contribute so much. Anyway, guys, take all that information for how you will. The point wasn't to...
From top to bottom.
The point wasn't to tell you how to feel about Keith Gross. That's gross, man.
It's gross, man. It's just gross.
The point was to give you all the information that you're not being given anywhere else. Because all you're hearing is he's a successful businessman that's a Republican, MAGA first, hardcore Trump supporter.
But he doesn't seem to live that.
Not only does he not live it, You can't find him before 2022 of November on, what'd you check?
Twitter,
Twitter
so X, and Facebook.
or Facebook.
The two big ones.
The two big ones that someone of his age, how old is Keith Gross? Someone of his age would be on. They're not going to be on Insta. They're not going to be on, well, fuck, he might be on.
I was just about to check fucking Insta.
Do it. Check Insta. See, I like that. I like that. But wait, there's more. We got to check Instagram to see when his Instagram
42.
account started. He's 42 years old. Yeah, he's a year younger than me.
Let's see if he's on the gram, as they call it.
Oh, I thought they called it Insta now.
I don't know.
We're too old for that shit.
Let's see, he's on here.
Does it tell you when he started?
And go to when his earliest post was.
He posts a lot. Or he's got a team.
Well, he's a politician, yeah. Fuck yeah, there's a shit ton on there.
Okay, Google, how would I get to your first post on Instagram?
Finding your first Instagram post takes a bit. If there isn't a direct button to jump back that far, you can try using your activity menu in the profile settings.
Okay, Google, stop talking. I was hoping. At the end of the day, the question is, if you vote...
December 3rd, 2022 is his first post.
Jesus, fuck my life, bro. Everything on his online profile started in 2022. I find that stupid hard to believe. And we're not like private investigators.
No.
We're not. I bet that's his husband.
Mm-hmm. Which is fine.
Yeah, there's not. Once again, we have no issue. You can love who you love. The question is, why are you hiding it as you're running as a MAGA Republican in the state of Florida? Hell, you could bring more people along. You could convince some people to join the cause.
You really think he'd lean into that?
But instead, he's hiding it. Instead, you can't find an online presence for Keith Gross pre-2022.
Mm-hmm. It's like late 2022.
Yeah.
Like November, December.
Why is that? All right, guys, smash the like button. Hit the follow button. Follow us on X, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Insta. Wait, I don't think we have an Insta, do we?
No.
Not Insta. Truth. I don't know.
Truth. X-Force.
But question why this guy is hiding everything that he truly is.
Yeah.
Once again, I'm not questioning whether that's okay. It's okay. You're cool to be gay. Don't give a shit. Kind of bothered by the pro-trans ideology early on, but hey, if you really believe that's wrong now, cool. But why are you not leaning into, like, for instance, I was a Democrat. This is why I'm not. I am gay. I'm loud. I'm proud. I'm here. Get used to it. Join the MAGA Republican cause because they're actually not anti-gay.
Yeah, it's...
Why are you hiding?
Florida, like, isn't there, like, a lot of gay in Florida?
You need a TikTok. All right, Miss Rage, you want to run the TikTok? You're now the TikTok administrator.
We do have a TikTok.
Huh?
It's just not, I haven't done anything on it.
Oh, we do have a TikTok. Follow us on TikTok.
Yeah.
We got to start making stupid videos where we dance and shit, right? Isn't that what they do on the TikTok?
Yeah, I think so. We're gonna need a advisor, a TikTok advisor.
Miss Rage, you're now the TikTok advisor.
What was that?
I don't know. I'm doing some sort of stupid TikTok. Okay, so I was going to dinner the other day at a nice establishment, and there were two like 12 and 14-year-old girls standing outside of it, like doing stupid
so that
dances.
might be the cool thing. Yeah.
I'm not saying this is what they were doing.
Right, but
okay.
Yeah.
but they were standing and they had their phone up, leaned on the door handle outside the establishment on the side of the building, and they were both doing the stupid arm wavy TikTok dances. Anyway, follow us on everything we just shouted you out on. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on your notifications so you know when we randomly show up. Actually, the 5 people here.
Oh, 6, 7.
Actually, the 5 people that are probably here probably got text message notifications from Ultra MAGA Nation telling you we're going live. Anyway, we appreciate the fact that you're here. We appreciate the fact that you watch. Check us out. Usually either Tuesday, Thursday, or Saturday. Don't ask why those days are. They just are. Ultra MAGA Nation. We didn't get any ads today. You're lucky. We're out this bitch.
Peace.
Peace.